Welcome to another episode of SSDTV Network. I'm your host Drizzle, and this is day 17 of Aaron Rodgers still not being a New York Jet. I'm going to talk about my Jets, but first I want to talk about Lamar. I'll talk about Lamar, and it will kind of tie into what I want to talk about with the Jets. So Lamar currently does not have any offers from any team in the league. The only thing that he has on his table right now is the non-exclusive franchise tag offered him by the Ravens. Lamar has yet to sign it. He does not have to sign it. This is a very, very, I'm going to say, sensitive topic, in a sense of nobody really knows what is actually going on. But we do know, we can make an assumption based off things that we've seen, the things that we have heard through the media, from Lamar's tweets. They had that meeting, the annual NFL meeting with the coaches and staff and owners and all that stuff. They just had that. So we're getting information. Seems like we're getting new information and new details every single day, whether it's from the Ravens, Lamar, or extracurricular people just in the league and around the league. So Lamar tweeted out the other day, of course everybody knows, but Lamar tweeted out the other day that he asked for a trade on March 2nd from the Ravens. That's important details because that means that the Ravens were intentionally not shopping him. Not to say that they didn't communicate what was going on with Lamar behind closed doors with other owners and other GMs and other organizations, but the information of him asking to be traded on March 2nd wasn't leaked until Lamar put it out there in his own tweets. He has to control his own narrative. He doesn't have an agent, so he's his own PR at this point. So he requests a trade, and it broke the internet, and rightfully so, because we're looking at a franchise player. No, I don't want to say we're looking at a franchise top 5 talent quarterback in the beginning of his prime. He's only 25, about to be turned 26, but he's in his prime. He's already an MVP, has the second highest winning percentage of a quarterback since he's been in the NFL. Only person in front of him is, guess who? The baby goat, Patrick Mahomes. That's not a bad person to be behind when it comes to being number 2. So he's only behind that guy in that aspect. Yeah, you can talk about his playoff success here and there, but I mean, they don't talk about that with Josh Allen. Yeah, he's been to a conference championship game, but it's getting it done or not getting it done. Like what are we really talking about? Like, Patrick Mahomes just got it done. Matthew Stafford, since Lamar has been in the league, the Super Bowl winning quarterbacks have been Patrick Mahomes twice, Tom Brady, Matthew Stafford. I'm trying to think. I think that's it. I'm trying to think. Was it Tom? Did Tom win one in New England before he left? I think no. Tom didn't win that year. Regardless, okay. Only a few quarterbacks have won a bowl since Lamar has been in. Only few quarterbacks have had better success than Lamar since he's been a starter in this league. So it's just funny to me when people talk about him not having playoff success or him not winning a Super Bowl, or you got some people who say, well, I don't think he's top 5. Can't necessarily name. You can have an opinion of 5 quarterbacks being better than him, but you cannot outright name 5 quarterbacks in the NFL better than Lamar. You can have your opinion. Your opinion is an opinion, but there are facts, and the facts support Lamar being top 5, regardless. So he does that. The Ravens say what they say. But then there's narratives coming out like, owners and like Arthur Blank. He's talking about Lamar's injury issues, missing games. Bro, he's never really missed games up until, I mean, he did get hurt, but you can't talk about his play style leading to him get hurt, because the 2 times that he's been hurt, he got hurt in the pocket. If you actually watch the game, when he's out and he's running, he's doing his thing, he doesn't really take big shots. Like, I want people to really like go pay attention and watch the footage of Lamar playing football. He doesn't take big shots. Like, it's not as if he's sitting around. Got to turn the TV off. It was about to, but it's not as if he's running. He's trying to run people over. And I know wrong. He will throw a stiff arm out there. He will lower his shoulder sometimes, but Lamar also knows when to get down. Lamar also knows when to go out of bounds. Like, Lamar knows how to get hit. See, that's the difference between Lamar and, I'll use Michael Vick as an example. When Vick ran with the ball, he ran like a quarterback with the ball. So he didn't turn into a football player. He turned into a runner, right? So there's a difference in the style. When Lamar runs the ball, it's reminiscent of Cam Newton. Like, when Cam ran the ball like a runner. I'm going to get upfield, open space. If I have to lower my head, I might lower my head. I'll throw a stiff arm here and there, but I'm running. I'm toting it. I got it tucked. Like, that's how Lamar, like, when Lamar don't run the ball holding it like it's Vic or whatever, or looking at, like, you know, he gets it and he tucks it and he gets up through, he puts his foot in the dirt. He's never been hurt that way. And I'm not saying that he can't not be hurt that way, but I'm saying he's never been hurt that way. So when you talk about his injury history, like, let's add context to it. The 2 times that he was hurt in the pocket. So his playing style is not hurting him. So we can throw that out the window. All right. Number two, Arthur Blank. You paid Mike Vick, bro. It's nothing you can say. You can't talk and say, well, Lamar's situation is different from Deshaun Watson's, and I'm gonna get into that in a second too. But you can't say his situation is so vastly different from Deshaun Watson's, and that's why it's a sticky situation. You don't want to pay him, bro. You paid Mike Vick. You can't say nothing about nothing. And as far as this comment saying that Lamar situation and Deshaun Watson situation are vastly different, yes, you're absolutely right. You have a guy in Deshaun Watson who's good. He never really got a chance to really break through as one of those guys. He was showing it. He had signs of it. Deshaun's a dog. He got a couple injuries early on. That's another thing. He had a couple injuries early on, and he tore his ACL. Like, he missed a whole, like, if we're going to talk about injuries, let's talk about everybody's injuries. But Deshaun Watson was able to, well, him and his agent were able to navigate and find somebody that was willing to pay him what they felt like he was worth. And they felt like he was worth $230 million guaranteed, right? So he reset the market. Best contract ever, right? And we have facts to prove he's not a better player than Lamar. He has not achieved the things that Lamar has achieved. Like, I don't think he's ever finished with a 14-2 record. Like, he's never won an MVP. Not to forget, Lamar was a unanimous MVP. That means everybody who voted for him. There wasn't a question about that man's talent in year 2 when he took the league by storm. There was no question there was no questioning when it came to voting who the MVP was. Everybody was in agreement, right? And you can argue that he's better now than he was then. Yeah, stats changed, but you watch the tape. He's a better football player and a better quarterback now than he was when he won the unanimous MVP that season. All right, cool. So Deshaun Watson gets that, right? But Deshaun Watson has tons of legal situations. He had them. I don't know if they're still going on. I think some are still going on. I don't really know the ins and outs of the situation, but he was bringing a negative light onto the league. Lamar's never done that. So Lamar has a clean record, a clean rap sheet. He's a model citizen as far as we know. Doesn't bother anybody. His teammates love him. His teammates adore him. His teammates will go to war for him. And yet you got guys like Arthur Blank questioning Lamar. In what way, in what stratosphere do you even are you even capable of questioning him when you gave money like Arthur Blank did to a Mike Vick? And there's nothing like Mike Vick is a dog. No. Mike Vick was one of the best to ever do it. But when Arthur Blank gave him his money, he gave him his money like after like when Vick got hurt, he broke his leg, bro. Arthur, it wasn't a question that he was not like, I'm gonna pay him. He's gonna get his money. It's Michael Vick. All right. Now, the other side of it is, I don't want to say that NFL teams and the owners are colluding, right? But what they are doing looks and smells very much like collusion. Now, on top of that, I see it two different ways. I do see that there are teams and owners who are saying that they're not interested in him, who should be in a quarterback market, who either have to draft or have to go sign one or trade for one, who are in that one of the three that are in that market, including my Jets. I do feel like they should be trying to figure out a way to get Lamar. I without a doubt of a question. Like in any other quarterback in this situation, he would have been highly sought after. I mean, you just don't come across a premier NFL talent, let alone a quarterback who you're going to probably have if you do it right for the next 7 to 10 years minimum, right? For the next 7 to 10 years minimum. And there's no bidding war. There's no like market for him. It's odd. It's odd. It's strange. Now, in our situation, we are tied to Aaron Rodgers in a sense. I don't agree with that, but they are saying that we don't do bad business, and we've already agreed to trade for Aaron and get Aaron. That's who we want. That's our guy. We just have to work out the kinks with the Green Bay Packers. So I'll let us slide. And then you got the teams like the Dolphins. They just picked up Tua's 5th-year contract. They're not at the least going to move on from Tua, at least not for this season. But don't think for one second that they don't have their eyes on Lamar if Tua doesn't work out this year. But you look at teams like San Fran, you look at teams like you can say the Colts, you can say the Texans, the Panthers, maybe Seattle's in a play. Like, there's a couple of teams that they're in the field for a quarterback, but I think, and the Falcons are in that list too, but I think that they're looking at it like, okay, we can match that. If he's going to do that, we either trade for him and give something up for him, or or we offer him a contract, and in return, the Ravens can either match it or we can trade 2 first-round picks or whatever it is that they're asking for in that situation. The thing about it is some teams are going to look at it like, well, so we're going to do all the work. We're going to structure out and build up a contract for Lamar. We're going to offer him X amount of money. Let's say he was to be interested and he wanted to sign. He was signed, and then we just did all the work for Baltimore. And then if Baltimore wants to keep him, then basically it's just a carbon copy of our contract that we already, you know what I'm saying? So it's like some teams are looking at it like, we're not going to do the work for you all. Y'all need to do the work. So number one. Number two, why give up picks when they can just wait till he's a free agent? Like, The damage is done. It's hard for me to imagine him being back in Baltimore long term. I can see him playing on a franchise tag this year. I can see him possibly playing on a franchise tag next year. I can also see him sitting out and not signing the franchise tag. I can see him not signing that tender. I can see him doing that. Right? But let's say that he does. He plays this year. Boom. Next year, Ravens say, you know what? We're not going to franchise tag you again. We can't work out a long deal with you. Go find you a new home. All these teams that said that they weren't looking at him, they'll be looking at him. Yeah, they'll be looking at him. I mean, because it makes sense business wise to, we can just wait a season. We keep our picks, we keep our assets, we keep our players, and then we just add you in versus we have to give these pieces up now and we get you, but we lost something. Now, the one team I do think that can and should is San Francisco. Reason why is because they're win now. They're win now, and we got a quarterback on the bench. Trey Lance. Yeah, we traded up. We traded multiple things to get that 3rd overall pick a couple seasons ago. Trey Lance hasn't been able to get on the field for whatever reasons, injuries or whatever, but he's young. He has a very, very high ceiling. He has potential, similar skill set to Lamar. Y'all can kind of keep that same offense. I know that they just got the offensive coordinator from Georgia, so I think things are going to change, but you can still use that same personnel that you have with Trey Lance. Maybe draft a little bit better for like outside receivers and things of that nature, but San Fran should follow the blueprint that the LA Rams did a couple years ago. Whereas we're going to get a bunch of, we're going to have our guys, we're going to go out, we're going to get a bunch of, I don't want to say necessarily aging, but I'm saying middle of their prime to back end of their prime players. We're going to get them. We're going to get us a quarterback, and we're going to just win off defense, elite play calling, and being able to play well in the 4th quarter when it counts. And so that's why they went out, go get a Matthew Stafford. They go get a Jalen Ramsey. Like, they go do these things like this, and you know what I'm saying, they picked up a Odell in the year that they won a Super Bowl. You do, or they trade for him. They picked him up off waivers. Regardless, though, you do things like that, and so we're trying to win now. Fuck them draft picks. Them draft picks can wait. Them draft picks can go to hell. We're trying to win right now, because a Super Bowl next year is better than going another 10 years without a Super Bowl. You see what I'm saying? Like, teams have to have that mindset. Yeah, it sucks because you got to rebuild. You're going to have to rebuild within the next, it's like a 2 to 3 year window when you do something like that. The Broncos did it when they went and got Peyton. When they got Peyton went back, got a bunch of other little vet guys. They had a bunch of the best Broncos players. They were on their rookie contracts or their first decent big contract. Like, it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very similar to the same thing. So the Rams replicated that, and I think they did a little bit better. I think San Fran can as well. But the difference with San Fran and the Rams is San Fran would be getting a budding star in his prime versus an aging star in their prime. Whereas Matthew Stafford's probably cooked. He's done. The Rams are, he's probably going to play next year, but the way that his elbow and his shoulder and everything is set up for, bruh, I don't see him playing that much longer. I don't see him being a starting quarterback in the league that much longer, just because I don't think his body can hold up. The Rams are in the market for a quarterback. But if I'm San Fran, we're in the market for a quarterback too. We got a 2nd-year player who's coming off a shoulder injury. We got a elbow injury. We got a 3rd-year player who's coming off an ankle surgery. Like, We've been in back-to-back NFC championship games. Yeah, I think it's time we go all in and we cash in on having Debo, having Brandon Ayuk, having Christian McCaffrey, having George Kittle, having Trent Williams on the offensive line, having Bosa, like having Greenlaw, like having Fred Warner, like. We have these guys that we can go win with right now. We just need a quarterback. So if I'm San Fran, I would go get Lamar. Now, speaking of my goddamn Jets, they just keep pissing me off, man. They keep pissing me off. It's like, when Aaron Rodgers said on March 15th, hey, I intend to play for the New York Jets, and everybody rejoiced, whoa, the Jets, we about to get Aaron Rodgers. I said, whoa, we don't have them. We don't have Aaron Rodgers. And they said, yeah, but we're getting him. And I said, no. We don't have Aaron Rodgers. That means we could wake up tomorrow and he could change his mind and say he's just going to retire. That means we could wake up tomorrow and he's still a Packer. Like, that means we could wake up tomorrow and the Packers are doing a deal with somebody else because it's more beneficial for them. Like, we could wake up tomorrow and he is a Jet. But every day I have woken up since March 15th and Aaron Rodgers is still a Green Bay Packer. He's not a Jet. And we've done things. We've hired his old QB coach. We went out and got Alan Lazard. Who else? What else do we do? We're looking at getting Odell. Like, did we sign Randall Cobb? Like, bro, we're doing all this stuff, right? And we don't have him yet because it's not up to him and it's not up to us. The Packers general manager said, I ain't talked to Aaron. Like, I try to call him and answer the phone. So I don't know what's going on, but I ain't talked to him. It's not good. It's not good. So, like, as a Jet fan, don't get me wrong, I'm very indifferent. Like, I want us to, like, if we get Aaron, we're Super Bowl contenders. If we get Lamar, we are Super Bowl contenders with a chance of being a fucking dynasty. Like, I don't think Aaron physically has 3 years left in him. I think Aaron might have 2. I know he has 1, but he might have 2, especially if we win. Run it back. But Aaron is not going to play like Tom. I don't think. Not for the love. If anything, Aaron would pay. If anything, Aaron would play for spite, to spite the Packers. Like, to see how many, like, if he want, I think he wants to win one without being in Green Bay, and then win another one to say he won multiple in other, like, you know what I'm saying, like, in other places and not just with y'all. Like, I think ego wise and spite wise, yes, he can give us more than 1 year, but physically 2 at the max. I just don't see him doing what Tom did. Like, he doesn't look at the game like that. But my Jets, what are we doing? Like, I get it. You say you don't operate in bad faith because you already, bro, Lamar wasn't on the table. He is now. I think you have to do your due diligence as a GM and as a front office, and at least at the bare minimum, entertain it. You have to entertain the fact, because this is unprecedented territory. This has never happened before. Not for a quarterback of this caliber. And I get it. Aaron Rodgers is great, but he's 40, bro. He's 40, bro. How can I put this in terms so that maybe the masses? Okay, so let's say you at the club, right? And you at the spot, and you link with a joint, and you like, yo, pull up on me when you leave. She says, all right, bet. You get in the car. One of your other things, she hits your phone. She's like, hey, where you at? I want to come see you. Now, you already got something lined up. So you like, man, just some new shit. Yo, I'm going to holler at you later. I'm about to go home, about to go to bed. She's like, all right, cool. Y'all get off the phone. You go home. You get home. A couple minutes pass. You hit up the new joint from the club. You like, yo, where you at? She holler off, oh, I can't come. I got to take my girl home. She's sick. So now, fuck, she ain't coming. So you called the chick that called you when you was on the way to the crib. Now she not answering the phone. Now you feel me? You lost out on both opportunities. And I don't want that to happen to us, bro. I don't want us to be the dude who left the club who had 2 layups ready and they blew both layups because they was being stupid. Just take what the defense gives you. It was right there. I understand. We want Aaron Rodgers. because we did it with Brett Favre and we it didn't work out like we planned, but we're in a better situation now. We got better players, better defenders. Like we're just a quarterback away, and Aaron can mentor Zach Wilson. I mean, what do people think? Maybe it's because Jordan Love was drafted to take Aaron's job, so Aaron was like, I'm not doing nothing with this. I'm not going to mentor this kid. Maybe that's the angle that he took. But there's nothing about Aaron Rodgers that tells you that he's going to mentor Zach Wilson if he does come to the Jets. He's not. I don't see Aaron mentoring Zach, and I don't think Zach can be mentored because I don't think he's good, and I don't think you should waste your time, energy, or breath on a dude like that because he's not good. I didn't think he was good at BYU. I didn't think he was good when they was all hype over his little YouTube throwing videos. I didn't think he was good at all, bro. And here we are again, the second time that we reached on a quarterback in the draft in the last 10 years, and they failed us. Sam Darnold, bum. Zach Wilson, bum. Lamar was in the Sam Darnold draft. I'm looking at my TV. I'm begging us, take the best player on the board. His name is Lamar Jackson. I'm looking at the TV, and the Jets walk up there and they pick fucking Sam Darnold. They pick Sam Darnold. And of course, a bunch of other teams skipped over Lamar, whatever. Boom, the Ravens stole him, and the rest is history. But they picked Sam Darnold. And it never sat right with me. I thought, okay, we got another chance to make it right. And then they picked the one quarterback I didn't want from that class. I did not want Zach Wilson at all. I could just, bro, who in their right mind would trust or believe in a quarterback that isn't even the team captain of his college team, bro? How are you the leader of men, supposed to be the leader of men in the NFL locker room, and you can't even lead children in college? Like, bro, I'm not the smartest. I don't know. Maybe I'm so smart, I'm stupid. And I can't understand. I can't comprehend shit that is common sense, at least common sense to me. But just from my eye test watching Zach Wilson, I knew it was a bad pick. Just from my eye test watching Sam Darnold, I knew it was a bad pick. I haven't liked our last two quarterbacking situations. And I am begging y'all. Bro. Please go get Lamar. Please go get Lamar, bro. I don't think I have the energy nor the time to sit down and deal with, if we do get Aaron Rodgers, to deal with him in the New York media. The New York media is going to be on his ass. They're going to be on him, bro. Like, it's not going to be it's not like that Green Bay meeting, bro. No, bro. The New York media is a different animal, and they're gonna fuck Aaron Rodgers up. I don't have the time for that every single week. I ain't got the time for this shit now. I'm another day. Here we are, another day, and Aaron Rodgers is still not a New York Jet. What are we doing, bro? Like, what are we doing? Just please, bro. I'm begging y'all as a Jets fan. I'm begging y'all. Do the right thing and go and get Lamar Jackson. Anything else is criminal. It's criminal. And I won't stand for it.